Hello friends, in this video, I'm gonna fill T2125 form for you and we're gonna take it step by step. I'll be explaining the fields and the sections along the way as well. This is a PDF. I downloaded it from CRA's website. So this is the legit T2125 form, also called Statement of Business or Professional Activities. If you're using a software, you can just search for T2125 form or write the name and it should have that form ready for you. But I didn't want to use that software here because in the software, the presentation of information could be, or the fields could be a little different in the official CRA form. So let's begin. What is this form used for? I'm sure you already know. So if you have any business income or you're a professional, you have any professional income and you're not incorporated, you're earning that income as a self-employed or a sole proprietor, you have some business income. There could be expenses related to that business activity as well. So all that information is going to be reported into a T2125 form. And then this form is going to be attached to your T1 general or your personal income tax return. This video is focused on Uber drivers, the rideshare drivers, the delivery drivers, Ubereats, DoorDash, skip the dishes. This is quite a long form, 9 pages long. It has several parts in it, several sections in it. Not all of them are relevant to you. So the first thing is that they would just try to put in information in all the sections. You need to know which parts of the T2125 form are relevant to you. Then you start filling those in. So for Uber drivers and for any other person who is filling out the Statement of Business or Professional Activities form or T2125 form, the first part is always relevant because this gives a general description or information about your business or the business activities that you have. First part is the identification, where you have to identify that who is filling this form and why. Your name, you can put your name here. Over here, you're going to put your social insurance number in. And again, since this is for people who are not incorporated, because if you are an incorporated business, then you have to put all this information in your T2 corporation income tax return. If you have a business name, you have registered a business name for your business activity, then you're going to put the business name here. And if you have registered the business name and also have a business number, you're going to put the business number here. Address could be for a registered business where you have a business master business license or you have a registered business with CRA. Yeah, you're going to put that address over here. The fiscal period, this is the period from where you started this business, from the day and until the 31st of December or the last day of this business. If this business is still ongoing, then you're just gonna, was this your last year business? You're gonna check no here. And if it closed down, then obviously the starting date and the ending date would be here. And you're gonna check this yes here. Main product or service. Over here, you're just gonna say ride share, food delivery, or you can even write Uber or Lyft or DoorDash, name of that app that you're using as well. In the industry code, this is a bit tricky. You can Google this as well. For Uber or rideshare, you're going to be using the taxi or limousine service. Accounting method. This section is not really relevant to you if you want to choose cash, because cash and accrual, there is a slight difference. It's an accounting term. So I'm not going to explain that right now. But yeah, you can use cash rather than accrual. A lot of people use accrual, which is not correct. Then partnership business numbers. Since you're just a rideshare driver, this is not a partnership. You don't have to put 100% here or 50% here. No, nothing. This is not a partnership, so you don't need to put any information here in this field. Name and address of the person or firm preparing this form. So if we are doing this for you, so we are gonna put in stack accountant here in this field. The second part, which is internet business activities. So if your business is an e-commerce store or your medium of service or delivery is internet, then this part becomes very relevant to you. Otherwise, you're just going to skip this one. Going to part 3A, very important part for Uber drivers. Over here in the first field, you are going to put your gross income. Before I explain this one, let me talk about this as well. A lot of Uber drivers, rideshare drivers make this mistake that they put their income as a professional income. This is not your professional income. Rideshare is a business income. As I explained earlier, what professional income could be, you're not a chiropractor or a dentist. So you are going to choose the business income. Let's say ride sharing is a business. So you're going to put your gross income here, and which says that include the GST, HST collected or collectibles. So just keep in mind that whatever amount you put here in this field 3A is the gross amount. That is your income, and it also includes the HST or GST that you collected. Very important. Now, what gross means that whatever you earned, and also the GST, if you were a HST, GST registered, HST or GST that you collected from your passengers or your customers, that added together is gonna be mentioned here. So this is my gross income, and out of this gross income, 130 is the HST that I collected, and 1000 is my income from messengers or rideshare. Over here in the next field, I'm gonna put 130, the HST that I collected or the GST that I collected. This amount is usually shown or is shown on the Uber tax summary or on the Lyft summaries or other apps. You're gonna find how much HST or GST you collected on your services. Since this is not a software, so all these calculations will be done automatically by the software. And if you're filling it in, you have to do the maths yourself. This amount would be $1,000. That is the gross less the HST amount. That should be the adjusted gross sales. Professional income, again, it's not relevant for you, so skip this one. Gross business of professional income over here, any adjustment. So in your case, tips or the referral commissions that you earn and all those things could come here, add that amount. The system is going to do the maths itself. If you're doing it manually, you're going to do it manually. And then we'll jump to the next part, which is 3D, cost of goods sold and gross profit, not relevant to you. Skip this one. Part 4, very important one. This is where you are going to put your expenses in. All the deductions that you can claim, management fees and the fees to the accountant and your phone bills, all those kind of expenses. I have explained all the expenses that Uber drivers or food delivery drivers can claim on their tax return. This is where they are claiming those expenses. This is the part 4. So you can watch that video and see which expenses you can claim over here in these fields. Few fields I'm gonna quickly explain is motor vehicle expense. Again, if you're using a software, this is a separate form, a separate chart where we are just gonna go. It's on another page. So claim the motor vehicle expenses on that chart. The final amount calculated from there is going to come over here in this field if it's automatic. If you're doing it manually, you have to do the calculation of the motor vehicle expenses there in that chart, and then take the total amount and put it over here. Similarly, for CCA capital cost allowance, there is a full form that you have to use for that purpose, and the net amount, the total amount of the CCA for the year, that amount should come here. Going forward, your net income loss, again, if you're doing it manually, you have to do some working here. Otherwise, on a software, this is all done automatically. Other amounts deductible for your share of partnership. You're not a partnership, so don't put any amounts here. A lot of people just put some partnership income or partnership losses here. No, it's not relevant to you. Calculating business use of home expenses. For rideshare drivers, it doesn't make any sense if there are any business use of home. This is where you can put those amounts. Otherwise, for rideshare driver or delivery drivers, I don't think this part should be used. A lot of people use this and they get audited by CRA. Detail of other partners, part A, no, not relevant. Part 9, details of equity, no, not relevant. Come to the calculation of capital cost allowance, CCA, which is also called depreciation. Yes, this is important. This is where you're gonna put the class of your asset, which is your motor vehicle, and the undepreciated cost, UCC value. If you bought a new car, then you have to move ahead and put additions over here. And if you're selling your car, then it's a disposition. And again, the amount from here, this form, the total amount, this amount is gonna go part 4 over here. Moving on, chart A. motor vehicle expenses. This is very important, guys. I see a lot of mistakes. People try to put all their motor vehicle related expenses in part 4. For the motor vehicle, only the total of motor vehicle expenses, that amount comes here. Insurance, fuel, these fields are not for your car related expenses. So you have to go down and fill that one in, because this is the intended form where you're going to provide CRA with the car related expenses. And also the first thing, as you can see, it starts with the kilometers that you drove for your business, because you might be using your personal car for Uber and delivery. So you're going to tell CRA that what is the percentage of business use of that vehicle specifically for calculating the motor vehicle expenses. First, you have to put the mileage here. And then you start with fuel and oil and interest and insurance, license and registration, maintenance and repairs, all these expenses. If you have a leased car, then you're going to calculate the leasing cost over here in chart C, not in chart A. The total amount from chart C would come into chart A. Similar with chart B, which is interest. So if you are financing your motor vehicle, you can claim the interest that you're paying on your financed car. You can claim the business portion of that. And that calculation is done in chart B. Over here, you're going to do that calculation of that interest. And from here, total amount is going to jump up to chart A here in this field. This is where a lot of people would make mistakes. Biggest reason of audit is the mistakes you're making in your tax returns. Don't do that. Maintenance, repairs, all those information is easy, pretty simple. And the interest on the vehicle and leasing for the vehicle are gonna be put over here in chart B and C. So that's about it. Once this is done, this information, the total information from here goes to part 4. This amount, the total of this chart A is gonna go to part 4 over here, and motor vehicle expenses. This shows the total amount, the net profit. Again, T2125 form for Uber drivers or rideshare drivers, delivery drivers. This is how you're gonna fill this in. Don't think too much. Don't read all of it. Just look at this video and look at the preliminary parts. Just fill those in and you're good. Don't just try to find out fields where you can push in more expenses. No, it's not about pushing in more expenses. It's about reporting the right amounts in the right place. So guys, I hope this video helped you. If you have any comments, any questions, put those in the comment box and like and share the video. All right, take care. Have a good one. Bye.